What's up? Welcome to your Daily Buckeye Blitz for a Thirsty Thursday, February 8th, 2024. Also, day two of Hell Week. If you don't know, ask somebody. Send me a message. Somebody rescue me. Anyways, no. Don't forget, the video vault is up and running. Please pop in there. We got people joining left and right. So I want you guys to use that free trial. It's 3 days only, and you don't need a credit card to sign up for the free trial. Just check it out, get in there, see if you like what you see, and if not, if you're looking for something else, hit me, send me a message. All my contact info is in every episode, in the notes, in the description. Whether you're listening on podcast or watching on YouTube, you can always get a hold of me. I'd love to hear your feedback. All right, let's get into it here. We're continuing our series on talking about the freshmen coming in last year, the 2023 freshmen. And this guy had a really weird year. Started off pretty quiet, pretty smooth. Then things got wild at the end of the season. But anyways, it's quarterback Lincoln Kienholz. I keep fucking that up. Sorry. All right. Let's go back to Lincoln's recruiting profile here. Coming in, he was a four-star out of T.F. Riggs High School in Pierre, South Dakota. They pronounce it Pierre, allegedly. I don't know. So the quarterback was 6'1.5", 182. Coming in, he was a 9'2", 6'4", nationally ranked number 190, number 15 quarterback in the class, and obviously the number one player in the state of South Dakota. Didn't need to tell you that, did I? So now I think he is up to over 200 pounds now since he enrolled. So his scouting profile goes like this. He's an athletic prospect who can make plays with his feet, uses that athleticism to navigate the pocket and elude the rush. He can run, but will look to throw when he breaks contain. He throws with excellent touch, drops passes into a bucket, gives his receivers opportunities to make plays on the ball, leads them away from coverage on vertical routes or corner routes. He's productive in high school and saw some good programs, but did not face many teams with Division I prospects in the secondary. So he will have to adjust to the speed and the windows shrinking quicker in college. He has a good arm, but arm strength and velocity is good and is going to fill in more in college and add some more weight and strength to that frame and his arm. Far from a finished product, but has a lot of good developmental tools. He's a gamer. I don't know what that means sometimes. People just throw that in there. And mobility makes him fit well with today's offenses. He should develop into a power 5 starter and possible pro. Kienholz led his high school team to 3 state titles. He set back-to-back state records as a junior and a senior with 3,359 yards passing, then 3,522 yards passing senior year, then junior year. In his career at T.F. Riggs, he threw for over 9,000 yards, rushed for over 3,000, and accounted for nearly 150 touchdowns. That's some production, man. Was anybody else even lining up on the field with him? Seemed like it was 1 against 11 out there. Obviously, he's South Dakota's all-time leading passer. No shit. Kienholz was originally committed to the University of Washington. The Buckeyes had a commitment from 4-star Brock Glenn, but Glenn decommitted in November of 2022. Then Kienholz took an official visit to the Buckeyes a week later. About 2 weeks after that official, he flipped his commitment from Washington to Ohio State. So let's get back to the 2023 season and how this went. He didn't see any action until his 10th game of the year versus Sparty. He completed 2 of 3 passing attempts for 18 yards. Then the following week against Minnesota, he got some more action, completed 2 passes for a total of 7 yards. All right, we're going backwards. Then the Cotton Bowl happened. We know Kyle McCord entered the transfer portal, forced Kienholz up to the number 2 quarterback position for the Cotton Bowl. Devin Brown, of course, was the starter. Early in the second quarter, Brown went down with an ankle injury. Kienholz came into the worst possible scenario you could think of. He was blitzed continuously. He ended up completing just 6 of 17 pass attempts for 86 yards in the loss to Missouri. After the game, Ryan Day talked about the difficult situation Kienholz was put in. Day explained, quote, I mean, when you're a freshman quarterback who comes in during the summer, you don't have the spring. You really don't have much of a preseason. You get thrown into it. And with the scouts, a little bit here and there, scout team, he means. But when Kyle was in there and Devin was getting their reps with the 2s, Lincoln didn't really get many reps. Ryan Day continues, quote, he did get reps in bowl practice, but that's not like playing in a game. I think his first few drives were inside the 10-yard line tonight. That's a tough place to be. But I give Lincoln credit. He got put into a tough spot, and he battled out there, and he did make some good throws. But that was a tough ask right there. No shit, dude. We were watching it on TV, man. So now looking forward, Cotton Bowl obviously didn't go his way, but it's still something he can build on. While McCord popped in the portal, that opened things up for Lincoln Kienholz, at least for a minute anyways. Then the Buckeyes go and get Will Howard out of the portal. He brings 27 career starts to Columbus. So Kienholz is going to be battling with Will Howard and Devin Brown for that starting job this spring. Kienholz said after the Cotton Bowl, though, quote, I'd say I think it was an awesome experience just going out there, just playing in the Cotton Bowl was crazy fun. I mean, I think being out there was hard at first, but I think just the experience of playing a lot and being out there throwing, running a little bit, I mean, it just helps me build my platform for the next 4 or 5 years. I hear you. Anyway, the hits just keep coming. The Buckeyes also added 2 5-star quarterbacks in the 2024 class with Aaron Nolan and Julian Sayin. Sayin technically was the transfer, but he was only on Alabama's campus for like 10, 11 days. So Howard's probably going to be the favorite to win the job in spring. But Kienholz and Devin Brown won't make it easy. They're going to push him. And Steve Steele, he was Kienholz's high school coach at TF Riggs. He said, quote, I think first and foremost, Lincoln is a competitor in everything he does. That's one of the reasons he stayed here this spring. I think is that he wanted to be able to compete with basketball one more time, and he wanted to be able to compete in baseball one more time for his town and for his high school and friends and all that. But he's just a kid that loves to compete. He continues on, quote, I don't know that he knows how to turn that off. I mean, if you're messing around and you want to play a game of Xbox or something like that with him, he won't lose. He won't want to lose. Drills or whatever it is, he hates not being competitive and not being the best. I think to him, Ohio State represented an opportunity to show that. Okay. Respect. He's nice. So Kienholz is definitely going to be a part of the QB depth this season. How far down the depth chart is the question. You know, you got Will Howard, the presumed starter, then Devin Brown, Lincoln Kienholz battling. Does Devin Brown transfer out if he doesn't get that job or doesn't get that guarantee from Ryan Day, you know, that it's a competition going into fall? We'll see what happens. But Lincoln Kienholz will either be probably QB2 or QB3. It's realistic, I think. But he's not gonna stop trying, and that's what you want, especially a kid as competitive as he is. So we'll see what happens. All right. That's all I got for you today. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.